can proceed and introduce our two candidates for the treasurer-elect position. So let's hear their video.
Hi, my name is Janet Kwaikong, and I'm running for the position of Treasurer 2024-2026. I've been a member of PNAA since 2014. I recognize the importance of belonging to an organization, and I'm proud of the contribution of our nursing leaders as I've seen the advocacy work that PNAA provides on behalf of Filipino-American nurses. This had motivated me to run for office, serving as a member of the PNA New York Executive Board. Currently serving as the chapter president of PNA New York 2022-2024. My leadership roles in PNA New York chapter, coupled with my fiduciary skills, have prepared me for the responsibility of being the PNAA National Treasurer in 2020-2022. For 2 years serving as the PNAA Treasurer, I was entrusted with the treasury accounts of over $1 million and was able to balance the budget and monitor the expenses and income of the organization. I initiated the electronic fund transfer, EFT, started the Zelle and Venmo accounts transactions. Working closely with PNAA Executive Director and the PNAA Budget and Finance Committee, we created the Finance and Budget Charter to monitor accounts payable and receivables. I single-handed the convention registration during the 43rd National Convention while maintaining an active role as the National Treasurer and PNA-NY President-elect. Working collaboratively with the PNAA Membership Committee, chapters were able to enjoy the timely membership incentives and monthly chapter reimbursement. With this previous experience, I am enthusiastic about sharing my knowledge and expertise in finance leadership. Thank you.
Hello, PNAA. My name is Asteria Vargas from PNA South Texas Rio Grande Valley Chapter. From 2008 to 2016, I held multiple positions as a member of the PNA Executive Board, including Treasurer, Assistant Treasurer, Membership Chair, and Board Member. I resumed the role as PNA Treasurer 2018 to 2020 and again as the current Treasurer under the leadership of Dr. Gloria Briones. My decision to run for another term as a PNA Treasurer stems from my commitment in supporting the mission statement of PNA's Budget and Finance Committee. Budget and Finance Committee will strive to support PNA's strong foundation today and for the next generation through stewardship, sound financial projections, prudent appropriation of funds, and while maintaining the needs, challenges, and opportunities in advancement of the association and maintaining its goals of visibility, locally, nationally, and globally. I would like to emphasize two main points in the importance of this position. Number one, financial security. As your treasurer, I have demonstrated my unwavering commitment in ensuring PNA's financial stability. This includes managing funds responsibly, making strategic decisions to secure PNA's financial future. Number two, empowering our general membership. I also aim to assist and provide our members opportunities that will support and enable members to excel in their mission and goals through funding professional development, educational programs, and initiatives that promote nursing excellence. In summary, I am here to ensure financial responsibility and empowerment of our PNAA members. Please vote for me as your 2024-2026 PNAA Treasurer. Together, let us secure PNA's finances, empower our nurses, and vote for financial responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have heard from two terrific candidates. Let me now hand it over to Dr. Jennifer Deason to please display the Jeopardy board, while at the same time asking Dr. Merly Ramira to moderate this session. Take it away, Merly.
Thank you, Dr. Dia. Hello, everyone. Now it's time for our Q&A presentation for the treasurer candidates. We have two candidates, Ms. Janet Kwaikong and Ms. Aster Vargas, and each will be asked two questions, and we'll have 2 minutes to answer the question. So, Janet, Pagigan, let's pick the first candidate. Okay, Ms. Aster Vargas. Okay, Aster, pick the category from the Jeopardy board and also the question corresponding to that category.
I'm going to have the financial state, question number 3.
Okay, Aster, this is your question. How would you assess and mitigate financial risk for PNAA? I will repeat the question. How would you assess and mitigate financial risk for PNAA? The timer is on.
Thank you for the question. It is, as a treasurer, it's very important that you assess and evaluate every single initiative that's being presented before the PNA. Because as you all know, our organization, the only source of income that we have is from the membership and our regional conferences. And of course, right now, thanks to all these people, all our members that are able to do some grants, we do have some money that comes in. It is important for us that we not only have initiatives, but where we're going to get that money. So one of the most important things that we should do is when we have an initiative that we're going to do, we have to write a proposal. With that proposal, we have to identify what are we going to do with this initiative, how much are we going to fund it, and most importantly, how are we going to fund it? Because our membership fees is not going to fund that initiative. Those are one of the most important things that we should assess. Also, with our conferences, it is very important that your treasurer is very involved in every activity with the conference, be it a PNAA event that is funded by the PNAA or those that are money-generating event, because a loss in every event, especially if it's for PNA event, is a loss to a PNA account. And that has every single event has to accounted for and make sure that there is no losses in any event that we do. So those are some of the things that we have to minimize financial risks. And also, we have to assist our members, because our members in the local chapters, they need to be helped in managing their finances and teach them how to manage their finances, especially their bank statements. That's one thing that I hear a lot when I go around. So we have to help our members and PNA. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer, Aster. Now let me call on our second candidate, Ms. Janet Kwaikong. You will also respond to the same question, but let me read the question first. How would you assess and mitigate financial risk for PNAA? Let me repeat the question. How would you assess and mitigate financial risk for PNAA? The timer starts now.
Thank you for that question. Good afternoon, everybody. And for how do I assess the mitigate financial risk for PNAA? First thing is you have to make sure that there is a proposal when something is being presented. You look at the benefits of it to our members, the impact of it to our members. Is this something that the impactful to our members in terms of their development and to PNAA? For example, when we're having a project or initiative, like example, the KEWP, what is that? The main purpose of that is actually for the resilience and the mental health of our nurses, or our members. So when the organization is going to approve this, even though it's a grant money, there is still, if we're funding this through our several grant money, we will be able to, what's the outcome? We will be able to measure them. And the proposal should be very specific, and we'll be able to speak to the outcomes. Number two,
where are we going to get the fundings? There should be grant money, as I mentioned, because if we take all of the monies that we have in our membership, even though there are for our members, we will not be able to finance all our projects. So there must be something that's coming in. We're also going to look at into the risk in terms of if these advocacy projects that we have other than our education and professional, for example, for our outreach, there should be something that we can work on that will help us in our projects. So for me, this is very important that you look at into the perspective of where is the money is going to and what's the purpose. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now it's time to ask for our second question. So this time, I will call on Miss Janet Kwaikong to pick the category and also the question related to that category. Okay, Janet?
I'll pick number 2, investment and fundraising, and question number 1, please.
Okay, this is the question. What strategies would you employ to increase revenue streams and diversify funding sources? Let me repeat the question. What strategies would you employ to increase revenue streams and diversify funding sources? Timer starts now.
First of all, the experience I have during the term in 2020-22 is to leverage the money that we have in our accounts. For example, there is money that was allocated for like a funding wherein we didn't even touch it in terms of reinvesting it because the market was so viable and there is not. It's fluctuating. So we didn't even touch that because the committee reviewed on how we're going to reinvest that money that we have in some accounts. So luckily, during that time, we after 2 years, the market went down. So we did not reinvest that money that was allocated there. And at least even though it only earns a 1% every year, it was not a loss if there was any. Then secondly is that when employing to find some other revenues, like for example, the best way is the development of our business, the business development of PNAA, wherein we will be able to find a source of income or some donors that will be continued to give us that money or that every year donation rather than having a pool of money coming from several organizations that is like very taxing. But if you have a organization that is a willing to invest to PNAA, and that will be like a revenue stream that is like ongoing. And lastly is that we're looking into other ways that we could finance or making other things like grants, looking for grants. And I know there were decrease in funding in terms of the COVID because there's no more COVID, but that's where the bulk of money was coming on our projects before. However, now we have to really look at on some other projects that we could get some grants for so we can increase our source of income. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now let's start with the second candidate, Ms. Aster Vargas. You will also have the same question, but let me read the question first. What strategies would you employ to increase revenue streams and diversify funding sources? I will repeat the question. What strategies would you employ to increase revenue streams and diversify funding sources? The timer starts now.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. First, I would like to acknowledge and thank the many people that helps give resources and adds to the PNE coffers. I would like to thank Carmina for a very successful this development office, Arlita Pang, our Ways and Means, our grant writers. They are very, very helpful in increasing our revenues, our community outreach, in every community outreach that Nini Horado does. She does funding before she even gets her initiative out there, that hardly her funding is being touched from the PNA. So those are some of the business strategies that we have. And also we have a lot of revenues that are coming from the PNA website, and thanks to the hard work of Carmina, that is really helping us out. That is actually increasing our revenue for for the funding sources that we have, and to diversify our funds. We do have a CD that's 75,000 that's been sitting there, but it is hard because it is hard to invest it because of course we are an organization, we are very very protective of our finances. So for us to be able to reinvest it, we really have to sit down, find a good money manager that can take care of that for us, wherein we won't have to lose money, but we will have a secured and guaranteed income so that we can reinvest that money. But as far as our bank account is concerned, I am very particular with making sure that our bank statement tallies whatever was the end balance from the previous month to the new balance of the incoming month, and all the dollars and cents in every bank statement that comes out are accounted for. So when I'm asking you for your receipts for every expense that you have, please give it to me because I am accountable for that before our general membership. Thank you.
Thank you, Aster. Now, there you go. You heard the responses of our treasurer candidates.